Hold up, hold up, hold up. It's that boy G playing. Don't give a damn. He cooler than a fan. Walking real tall. Some say he's a man.
Original Square Boy, Natchitoches, Louisiana, Astro.
Yes, sir.
We here. It's an honor to be here. We got Natchitoches royalty in the building, and once again, I'm home. Like I said, me and Flip just did an interview recently, probably a week ago.
Yeah.
Stuff still coming out, and I'm telling him,
Yeah.
bro, it feel good to be in my backyard talking to the legends and stuff that was going on. Like, I've been all over the place.
Yeah.
I just left Atlanta last week. I had interviews out there, did that.
Yeah.
But I'm home. How you feeling, man? We've been talking about doing this for, I know, some years.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
You know what I'm saying?
Minute, man. Yeah, it's been a minute, man. Long time coming, man. Long time coming, but we here, baby. We here now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we here now for sure.
You know, man, how does it feel at this moment? All the stuff you've been through with this music, living life, coming up.
Oh, man, it feel good, you know what I'm saying? You know, to be on the other side of it, you know what I'm saying? On the been able to make it through, you know what I mean? Like, and here to tell the story, you know what I'm saying? Here to, you know what I'm saying, let it be known, you know what I mean, that you know what I'm saying, you can make it, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it feel good, man. It feel good, for real, for real.
Yeah. Let's get it started. Square Boyz.
Yeah.
Your block.
Yes, indeed.
How did that form? Who was the one who put this together? Like, were all you guys from the same streets, same corner?
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, Square Boyz, man, that stemmed from, you know, my neighborhood, you know, the Jackson Square, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but the members of the group, you know what I'm saying, we all really was project babies, you know what I'm saying? J.W. Thomas, everybody, you know what I'm saying, that was in the group, you know, we was staying out there in the projects. Well, I wouldn't stand in the projects, but that's where I was at most of the time. You know, my grandmother stayed out there, my auntie stayed out there, you know what I'm saying? So I was out there all the time, you know, and you know what I'm saying, the rest of the guys, you know what I'm saying, they was living out there and we was already homeboys, you know what I'm saying? We growed up together, you know. We played together, went to school together, went to the pool together, you know what I mean? You know, so we was already together basically every day.
Now, can you name all of the original members of the Square Boyz?
Oh yeah, the original members, me, Astro, you know what I'm saying? Soul Jane, Mike C, R.I.P, you know what I'm saying? GB, you know, Marley Mann and DB, my nigga 3, R.I.P to my nigga 3 too. You know what I'm saying? You know, those are the official, you know what I'm saying, original members, you know, of the Square Boyz, you know, but we just really the representatives, you know what I'm saying, of the Square Boyz. You feel me? Because you talking about a whole neighborhood from the front to the back of the square, you know what I'm saying? We just was the representatives. We was just the voices, you know what I'm saying? You know, for the hood, you know what I'm saying? You know, we were just representing for, you know, our hood, you know, the D-boys and, you know what I'm saying, the go-getters and the gorillas, you know what I'm saying, the fly dressers and the finessers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, the super cool dudes, super fly guys, you feel me? You know, we were just representing for our hood, man, you know, to the best of our ability, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, for us just the voices, you know, that was the 5 guys, you know? Yeah, real tough.
Now, during this time, what year are we talking about this group of siblings and coming together like, hey, I'm going to rap. You go rap, we go rap, and we going to name this here.
Well, it started assembling by 9-9. You know what I'm saying? It started assembling by 9-9. Me and GB, you know, we was freestyling. You know what I'm saying?
You remember the freestyle?
Nah, we used to just be freestyling, you know what I'm saying, all the time, you know what I'm saying, getting high, smoking weed and just freestyling. And we became famous with the freestyle. You know, at the time, the Shell station out there, you know what I'm saying, you know, it used to be live or whatever on the weekends, on Saturday nights or whatever. And our homeboy, Cash Flow, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Cash Flow. you know, Cash Flow used to come pick us up, man, and ride us around, man. And we used to just freestyle, man. And we used to go out there and you know, it was like we was having battles, you know what I'm saying? Guys from other hoods, man, used to be freestyling and we freestyling and we used to, you know what I'm saying, we used to just Rick boys out, you know, and it started like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, with me and GB, you know what I'm saying, doing our freestyle thing. And then I think GB ended up going, you know what I'm saying, going to jail or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying, me and Marley Mann, you know what I mean, we started, you know what I'm saying, freestyling or whatever. And then we had went over there to KT. From Fairground, over there of airport.
Yeah.
We was over there, you know what I'm saying, with KT, man, and you know, we had started putting it on paper, you know what I'm saying? And you know, one night we was, you know, put it on paper, man. It was me and Marley Mann, and then, you know, once we put that together, you know what I'm saying, on paper and we let it be known that, you know what I'm saying, this what we doing, you know what I'm saying, we rapping or whatever. Soul Jane, you know what I'm saying, he was like, man, I want to be down too, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, Soul Jane jumped on and, you know, after that, you know what I'm saying, after Soul Jane jumped on, you know what I'm saying, you know, it was like we was doing a recruit thing, you know, we had heard about 3 doing the music thing, you know what I'm saying, you know, 3, you know, had rap skills, so, you know, we hooked up with him, you know what I mean, and, you know, started, you know what I'm saying, rapping and putting songs together, and, you know, GB got out, and, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, he came, you know what I'm saying, came on, and, you know, we was together, you know what I'm saying, we were together with that, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, what made the city, like, I'm not going to just say respect, but what made the city say, all right, we're going to take these guys serious? Because I know you guys wasn't the only ones rapping in the city at the time.
Oh, no, man. I think, you know what I'm saying, what, you know, really, you know, put people on us is that, you know, it was just, you know what I'm saying, people being able to relate, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, we was, you know what I'm saying, we was the homies from the hood, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, we was, like I say, we was representatives, you know what I'm saying, we was representing, you know what I'm saying, the hood and what we was about, what we stood for, what we stood on, you know, and people gravitated to that, man, and they respected that and they appreciated that. And you know what I'm saying, they love that, you know what I'm saying, and you know, I think that's what put people on us, you know what I mean, you know, but we had, you know what I'm saying, you know, we had some, you know, we had the rap thing, you know what I'm saying, here before us. You know, shout out to Uncle Hood, you know what I'm saying, or
Mike Robinson
shout
too.
out to Lil Mike OG.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hollywood. Hollywood was doing the thing before we were doing it, you know what I'm saying? You know, but you know what I'm saying, I guess it was just, you know, us, you know, and you know, perfect timing at that time, you know, and then it was, you know, like we had homies, you know what I'm saying, you know, that was around the city, man, you know, that, you know what I'm saying, we're doing the music thing, but, you know, I guess the representation that we brought, man, you know, we brought that, you know what I'm saying?
And y'all all had y'all different styles.
Right, you feel me? You know, and that's what we brought, man. We brought that flyness, we brought that rawness, you know what I'm saying? We brought that thugging, you know, we brought that hustling, you know what I mean? We brought that, you know what I'm saying, to the, you know, to the table, man, and you know, people was, you know, loving that because they heard themselves, you know what I'm saying, when they heard our music.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So
now the first record that I heard when I was young was Square Boyz in that time. That was the first record that caught my ear. And the reason why I'm saying this because when you started We used to my block.
My block, my spot is a threat to these streets, like Lil Joe Monster, ear to the police.
Now, the reason why I'm telling you this because Monster is my cousin.
Yeah.
So when I was young,
yeah,
like I seen him, but my daddy, man, he on a different type of time.
Right.
At that time, you feel me? We talked about this on the phone. I was like, it's probably some stuff that you can tell me about Monster that I didn't know.
Right.
You feel me? But at this time, this was going on, and this was the introduction to from me to the Square Boyz. Now, granted, I was born when I was born on Amulet, Prather, and Powell Street. My grandpa owned his house still over there.
Yeah.
That's on my birth certificate.
Right.
I'm originally from the Square.
Yeah.
But when my mama died, I moved. You know what I'm saying? But I always came back.
Right.
I was in the Square today.
Yeah.
So it resonated with me because that's where I really came from.
Right.
You feel me? And it's like, man, you got these dudes. I'm hearing this.
Yeah.
Like, was that the first record that y'all like done? Like the city got this.
Yeah, that was the record. You know what I'm saying? That was the introduction to let the city know, let the people know, man, we here, man. You know, Square Boyz are here. You know what I'm saying? This is us. You know what I'm saying? These are the guys that, you know what I'm saying, y'all been hearing about. This is the neighborhood that, y'all have been afraid of, but at the same time loved. You know what I'm saying? These are the representatives, you know what I'm saying? These are the people, man, and we come to let y'all know, you know what I'm saying, who we are, you know what I'm saying? Who we are, man. We really stars, you know.
For sure.
Yeah.
And when you guys are writing, like, hey, Mike, I'm gonna eat you on this next song. You better bring your best. Like, were you guys hyping each other up when y'all got together?
It was a brotherhood, man. It was a real brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like I said, we was already brothers. We was already close friends. You know what I'm saying? So, when we used to be together, man, in the studio, or we be at each other's highs, you know what I'm saying? We be in the hood, and you know what I'm saying? We go to writing, and you know what I'm saying, we was fans of each other. You know what I mean? So, we'll go to spitting a couple bars, you know what I mean, to each other, and you know what I mean, we just be like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like, God damn, you going off. And that didn't do nothing but inspire and motivate, you know what I'm saying, the next one. And, we, you know what I'm saying, we just inspired and motivate each other like that. It wasn't no I don't want to say that it was a competition thing, man. It just was a love.
I'm saying like
passion.
I'm saying like not y'all really competing together. Against each other, but we love each other so much.
Yeah.
We want to bring the best out of each other on each track.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Most deaf. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? We were just pulling the best out of each other. We were pulling the best out of each other when we were doing that music. And it was like that, man. It was just the room just used to be full of that energy, you know what I'm saying? That passion, you know what I mean? That love, that brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? And we used to be fired up about that, you know what I'm saying, about that music, putting that music together, just, ready for Soul Jane to hear this and ready to hear Soul Jane, you know what I mean? It was like that, man.
Did they make you love music more? That you had a supportive group?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Most deaf. You know what I'm saying? That would, you know what I'm saying, really, did it for me, man. To have that brotherhood, to have, guys, you know what I'm saying, that you loved and you know what I'm saying, guys that you respected and guys that you was connected to, rooting you on, man, and you know what I'm saying, y'all rooting each other on when you making that music, man. That it was just something special about that. It was something, you know what I'm saying, that really that shit was priceless, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit was priceless.
Do y'all no footage? You don't have a
man. We had some footage, but man, ain't no telling, what it said, man. But you know what I'm saying, at them times it wasn't a whole lot of footage, but you know what I'm saying, it is footage somewhere around here. I don't know who may have it, But you know what I'm saying? It was just some beautiful time, beautiful memories. You know what I mean? Like real talk.